Welcome back, survivors. So I wanted to show you some of the highlights of Once Human, the scariest, silliest, weirdest game of this year. Well, there isn't going to be a weirder game. So instead of, it plays a lot like Far Cry. Essentially, I would describe this as Far Cry with base building, with a different theme. And the theme is just spooky, scary, weird stuff. Post-apocalypse. It's not a nuclear apocalypse, it's a spectral apocalypse. So there's zombies and witches. And, and we're at the base of the... Here we go. So you don't have zip lines in this. In Far Cry, you get everywhere by zip lines. But here, I have a spectral raven. It works as my parachute hang gliding thing. And here we're invading the Institute of Spectral Research. We're invading the guys who've been capitalising on the spectral apocalypse. And as you can tell by the intro, today's theme is spooky spiders. That was the spooky spider boss. And each time you meet a boss, you get a kind of pre-boss boss fight. A little warm-up session, and that's what you saw in the starter. But what we're looking for is the main event. So he was a kind of spooky spectral boss hiding out in the hospital who's been giving everyone nightmares, and he lures them with his nightmares into the hospital where he eats them. But this is where the main boss is actually based, which is contained inside the spectral people's base, spectral investigation people's base. So I'm going to find it. And that will involve hunting around this base. See, I'm stuck and killing lots of people, and in a Far Cry shoot up. Now I'm back on the Overwatch. That Monolith Centre, that building there with a big spire going up into the sky, that's where bosses are contained. This is the third one. There's a 3 above the door. I think that's a 3, that counts. Once inside, we'll do the obligatory looting of the top 4 doors. Little loot run, as always. That's a good crate there. One of those in every one of these Monolith buildings in the same spot. Well worth it. So the obligatory looting, and then we're going to go through that big red glowing sphere that you can see behind us. And there we're going to fight the massivest spider you ever did see. I did come back and play this multiplayer. I did come back. It's quite hard to get because this is the final boss fight of the demo, which is top tier as far as the demo goes. And I've got top tier guns, top tier armour, everything. The only thing I could do to make it better is to have a team. Getting a team for the very final fight this early on, in day 2 or day 3 of the demo, very difficult. There wasn't many players out there. So I'm just going to go in on my own. I want to have a fight with one of those. It's a sort of bus with 6 arms that it walks on. Spooky bus, and it drops out. Spooky monsters. Community hospital, as I said before. Every town has one, every village. There's like 6 houses and and a hospital this size. Every mile in any direction there's another 6 houses and another hospital this size. That's the future. And we're off, here we go. I'm guessing the weak spot is the face, the human part. Phase 2 is somewhere in the fog. There are spiders' eggs, the kind that spit spiders out constantly until you blow them up. You've got to find them, blow them up. There they are, on the ridge line opposite us. I think there's about 4 of them. And the spider, the big monster boss spider, is still lobbing blobs of yuck at us. Web. I got those 2. There's 2 more out there somewhere on the ridge lines. Ah, they're there. Luckily, the blobs of glue that the big spider boss throws at us, we kill these little spiders quite neatly if they miss us. Alright, that's another one. I like this. Yeah, that spider on that big pole in the centre should now be good to shoot. He should be not immune to damage. We'll do the next third of his hit points and have another phase like that, I should think. Oh, get off me. Get off me. No, no, I just said get off me, I meant it. It's really frustrating. Every time he does that, it unequips your weapons. So yeah, I have tried this multiplayer, I have done this as 2-man. Didn't make it enormously easier, but did make it easier. You know, it was easier. Done in half the time, I suppose. And half the time, the big spider wasn't going for you, it was going for the other guy. So now, the spider has kind of 2 or 3 moves, like throw globs at me, charge me. When it's focused on you, you've got to move, you've got to run away from it at maximum speed. I'm just going to have it. So when there's 2 of you, that's kind of, the pressure's off. That's why I just lose it. Splam. You can run away from that, you can get out of that place if you're not in a web. There's another move, it drags you right in close. There's web thing. Yeah. Right. I'm guessing that when he's on a 3rd health, he'll go immune again. There's his charge. This is jump. Got his blob splurge, blob. He's got his web suck you in. And only 4 moves. That's it, yeah, so it's the third of his health each time to get into the transition to the next phase. So we're running around the edge, somewhere up on those ledges are 4 barely visible eggs. Oh, there we are. Get that done quick. If I found the edge and ran around it and looked in the right places, I could just about spot them through the fog. They are just about to take them off. And especially around where these web runs are, that's the spiders coming from. There we are. Get off me! So yes, activated is got to get the right weapon out, it's frustrating. That's faffing around every time he webs me. So there's one more egg up there. These little guys, oh, there he is, there's the egg. Oh, I'm webbed, so there'll be that weapon in my hand again. Right, so, final phase. I don't know if he's got any new tricks or does something different. I don't think he does, but he might. On my head. Bye. Another egg. So what I noticed about this game that I'm kind of excited about is I think it's free to play. I mean, the demo's free to play, but I'm getting the impression that the full game is free to play too. So I mean, there's perfectly good good models for microtransactions in this, like all the stuff for your house and all the clothing, you know, your vehicles, lots of cosmetics. And especially if I end up doing a lot of streaming, you know, of this, if people like it, I'll buy the cosmetics. You know, I want some fancy gear, I want a fancy thing in my fancy house. But yeah, so I was kind of worrying how they were going to, you know, what I was going to have to pay for this, if I could afford it. And I wouldn't pay, and I wouldn't necessarily pay £50 for it, because this demo is a sixth of it, as far as I can see, going by the map, is a sixth of the game, and I've done it in 3 days. So, you know, do I want to pay £50 for a game that's only 18 days long? Answer, no. Free to play, yes. And I get some good. And this is top tier demo loot. It's not top tier loot, but it's top tier demo loot. Yeah. So there's little more I can do with this in the demo, and I'll come back to it on July the 9th and start again. Maybe I'll see you there.